Hello, everybody. Welcome to Smoke. I'm Stan, and I have my awesome co-host with
I'm
me,
Mike.
Mike. All right, so everybody, this is a brand new show. It's called Smoke. And Michael, why did we name this Smoke? I put you on the spot, didn't I? All right.
They're gonna lump into things that a lot of people just a lot of want to go to it.
Yeah. Well, smoke covers everything. So when a fire's burning, it's smoke everywhere. It covers everything. So that's kind of like our show. We're going to cover everything from aliens to ghosts to Templars to even the pyramids. So anything and everything in between. So what do you think about that, Michael? You think that's going to be a good show?
Lots of interesting stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of interesting stuff. So, but this show is kind of to introduce everybody to myself, Stan, and to
Yeah, I
Michael.
think we're lagging a little
Um,
bit.
uh, yeah, I think you lagged just a little bit. I don't know if I can straighten that out or not. But but anyway,
And
this
we
show
weren't
is.
lagging a few minutes ago.
Uh-oh, it's the government, man. It's the government. They're making us lag because they know we're gonna get into some stuff. What do you think? Yeah.
They're on to us already.
Already. And we haven't even got into the conspiracy stuff yet.
Already.
All right, so
Well, they know it's coming.
that's right. It's coming too. It's really coming. I've got bunches of ideas on things and already in contact with some people. So we're gonna now. I want to touch on just a little bit, real quick, of next week's show. Okay, it's going to be our first guest-oriented show, and I'm not going to say yet who the guest is, but he is well known, and he is very, very knowledgeable on the topic that we're going to have, and I think we're going to kind of get in the basement, don't you think, Michael? We're definitely going to go to the basement. So, but that
Literally.
literally, that show is coming next week, and you will see all the advertisement for that show, and people are gonna enjoy that show. I think, I really do.
Down mad button he wasn't supposed to. He done clicked himself already.
Sorry about it. I bought a new computer, and it came
There
with
he
a
comes.
mouse. That mouse has more buttons than anything I've ever seen in my
Hello,
life.
Stan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got a lot of things coming up, y'all. A lot of things a lot of people don't even want to talk about.
Michael, can you hear me?
Mashing buttons you wasn't supposed to.
Am I back, brother?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to leave my hands off the mouse because there's too many
Yep, you
buttons.
back.
Okay, too many buttons. So, but yes, you're absolutely right. We're going to cover some topics that nobody else wants to cover. Nobody. So we're gonna get deep and dark, and yeah. All right, Rice Munchie. Hello.
Rice Munchie. Hello, Rice Munchie.
Yeah, we're
First
doing
guest,
good.
our first visitor.
Yeah, first visitor, absolutely. Rice Munchie. That's a cool name. I know that. All right, so. All right.
That's
So,
right.
before I start, Michael,
One
is there anything that
buttons
you
again.
want to? Uh-oh, you're froze, brother. You were frozen in time. All right. So, can you hear me pretty good, Michael?
I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you for a second.
Okay. Is there anything, before I get started, is there anything that you want to say or anything that you want to touch on or any topic that you want to talk about?
Go to my topics we don't talk about. Things you don't need to talk about this week.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
That's one of them good topics.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about that we don't need to talk about?
We are lagging bad. See, we got Bigfoot things we could talk about if we wanted. We got extraterrestrial stuff we could probably talk about.
Okay. Okay. I want to touch on that real quick.
Other things I don't want to put out there yet.
Right. Can you hear me okay, Michael? Because you seem kind of
I can right now.
Okay. Did you see on the Fox News where they shot down an...
Yeah, it's lagging for some reason.
I don't know, brother. I think it's on your end.
I don't know.
Yeah, you were freezing in time. All right, so
Internet.
Did you see on Fox News where they shot down a UFO? I happened to see that earlier.
Yeah, that same thing was going on your side.
I don't know. Everything's fine over here. So
that's the way it is on this end.
Huh. Interesting. But anyway, let's see if we can bring this up. But
what it's doing on your side, it's doing on my side opposite.
Huh. Well, hey, you got your phone?
Yeah, I got my phone with me.
Go on Facebook and see how it looks on there. All right, guys, this is we both have new computers, so we're kind of getting the kinks out, so bear with us. But I wanted to touch on what I seen earlier today, that United States military shot down a UFO, and I think they called it an uncertain flying object or something of that nature. Okay, it was
I'm going to back out and try to come back in.
Okay. But this unidentified flying object that they shot down ended up being a party balloon. So, are aliens coming in on party balloons now? Think about it. This was over El Paso. So, aliens visiting in party balloons. So, I think that would be a cool thing. Aliens changed up on their craft, and that's just cool. So, all right, Michael's coming back. Stand by. But hey, there's Michael again.
Any better?
All right, Michael. Um, well, I guess seems to be. So, can you hear me clearly?
Oh yeah, I can hear you good.
All right. So, did you see where the military shot down a party balloon? They called it a UFO. I seen that on Fox News.
Not, I haven't seen that this week. I ain't watched the news too much this week.
Well, I subscribe to Fox News on my phone, and it was since the U.S. confirmed with Fox News that U.S. military earlier this week shot down what was later determined to be a party balloon near El Paso. So they initially called it a UFO. Okay,
Right.
unclassified flying object, I think is what they used. So unclassified. So are aliens using party balloons now?
Never can tell these days. You never can tell. It's like every time you turn around, it's a different, some kind of geometrical shape. So
Right.
can't never really
Absolutely.
tell.
Yeah, sometimes they look like a cigar, sometimes they look like a odd shaped box. So, Michael, have you ever seen a UFO?
Big bright light.
Yeah, big bright light for sure.
I have seen a UFO
Was it here locally?
about 15 years ago. Yep, 15 years ago. Matter of fact, it's about 2 miles from where I'm at right now.
Well,
I pulled up
you wanna-
to a street sign, and me and a buddy of mine was looking up in the sky, and there was a big old ball of light. And it sat there for about 2 minutes, and then the next thing you know, it's like, it was gone.
wow. So, how did you feel? I mean, did it affect you in any way? Did it make you, you see on the TV and stuff where people black out and they don't remember this and that. So, you wasn't abducted, were you?
It made both of us look at each other like, did you see that? We was in shock for a little bit.
And that was in Ozark? That was in Ozark?
It was in Newton, Alabama.
Newton. Okay, well, there's strange things goes on in Newton sometimes.
Newton, Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so did you have any adverse effects from that?
No, I don't think I actually did. I mean, I just remember seeing it at the light for about 2 minutes, and then when it left, we both looked at each other like, I know you saw the same thing I saw. He was like, I saw what you saw. You knew what I seen it all.
Wow. Well,
It
that's
was just
interesting.
gone in a split second.
Well, I too have seen what I call a UFO.
I mean, I know there's helicopters that fly around, but there wasn't no helicopter.
Well, my encounter, I was actually out in the Atlantic Ocean on a boat. If you've ever been out in the Atlantic or even in the Gulf, away from all the lights, you can see millions of stars. I mean, just millions of stars, and you see all kinds of things flying around. Well, we were actually out fishing, and I was out on the bow of the boat, which is the front, and I could hear things out in the water. So I was out there trying to see if I could see what was going on, if it was fish or whatever. And then just out of the corner of my eye, just this light just kind of flashed across the sky, and I was like, whoa. And I looked up, and there was like 4 or 5 of them, and they were it's kind of like they were playing. There was one jump, run over here and stop, and one run over here and stop. Kind of like you got a bunch of kids playing and they're running around. That's kind of the way it was. And they're fast. They were like zoom and then just stop immediately. So I knew we didn't have anything going on at that time. because this was back in the 80s. Nothing going on at that time to have crafts that could do that. So, um, so I probably watched these things for an hour, hour and a half, and they were just all over the sky. Well,
Hmm.
everybody else on the boat was asleep, and back then I slept very little. Um, so later on, I walk out, nothing. There was no lights, just a bunch of stars. And but then probably 15, 20 minutes went by, and I could hear a humming noise. And probably, I would guess, 1,000 feet above us, these crafts came back in a single line, shoo, 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 like that. Um, I never seen anything move that fast.
Hmm.
So they just kind of
Was
shot
it
straight
loud?
out of sight. It was amazing, and I never forgot that. I didn't see him anymore that night. Um, we were out fishing. We'd gone back the next day, and of course, no one believed me. Not even the people that was on the boat with me. No one believed me. Well, probably a month went by, and then there was news reports coming in that they started seeing crafts down by the beach. They were headed down the beach. Some of them would come to the shoreline and just shoot straight up to the sky. They had the police and the fire trucks and everything. And I was in the fire service at that time, and so what are you going to do? You call the fire department to something like that, but we respond, and you could see these crafts going everywhere, and there was probably 20 of them, and they were just traveling so fast. And but I watched one. It got down like it would be 50 feet off the water, and you've seen a jet fly real low to the water. It just takes the water and throws it everywhere, right? This
Yeah.
craft was right above the water, and it never moved the water.
Rooster
Never.
tail.
Yeah, it just never moved. And you could just hear a hum, and these things were just flying everywhere. So that was an experience, along with my experience offshore, that I'll never forget. And people tell me, on these, I've been doing podcasts for a bunch of years, and I've had interviews with people that seen crabs, some that had been abducted and things of that nature. Um, I've never heard anybody describe any crafts like I seen. Um, it was just amazing. And people ask me, "Were you scared?"
When you seen them on the boat, were they really loud?
No, never heard nothing. No whistles, no nothing. You could just see them moving, and I mean, it kind of mind-boggling. And even, and it's so quiet out there. All you hear is the water lapping up on the side of the boat and stuff. And that, you, I've seen meteors and stuff being out in the ocean and stuff, and you hear that high pitch noise as it's traveling by. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't hear nothing when we seen the one we saw.
well, we're not alone, Michael. I'm not sure there's too many aliens visiting us now because of all the crazy stuff going on, but we're not alone. Maybe they're flying by and rolling their windows down, going, "Nope, not going there today." And so, but I got a feeling we're going to see some
Too
more.
many crazy people.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but I got a feeling we're going to see some more. And I've been doing a little research on some things that we're going to have on another show. In fact, we're going to touch on some of that next week. Uh, our guest is an avid UFO believer. He sees them quite often. And so we have I have some people lined up that have witnessed UFOs and things of that nature. One of them was abducted. They're not going to come on till later in the year. They just have too much going on. But so our UFO side of this smoke podcast is going to be incredible. And, that's not even to mention um, ghosts and things of that nature. But have you ever thought that some of these sightings that people are seeing that's ghosts, or they think they're ghosts, or Bigfoot, for instance, could Bigfoot be an alien? And could that be his disguise, to be running around on this earth, and we're seeing this big hairy creature, and we're staying away from it because we're scared. So maybe they're incognito. What you think?
Everybody sees him, but nobody's got him.
Right. So with our weaponry, I'll say it that way, do you think that we could kill an alien? Do you think that we could stop an alien with a handgun or a long rifle or something of that nature? Some people have said that
it's very possible.
Right. Some people have said in Area 51.
They're made of some kind of matter.
Well, that's true. Some people have said in Area 51 that they have alien bodies. So if they have alien bodies, then they can be killed or injured or whatever. So why wouldn't they dress up like Bigfoot? I mean, it makes sense to me. If I wanted to hide from somebody, and that's the way people.
The way to hide in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, people are scared of Bigfoot. All the Bigfoot hunters. Yeah, I seen that, and that. I wasn't scared, but yeah. And then you watch the TV shows, and y'all, Michael disappeared. So he'll be back in a minute, but So what do you guys think? Michael's back. Michael, I'm going to ask the audience, what do you guys think? Get in the comments and let us know if you've seen any extraterrestrials. Hang on, I'm trying. Let us know what you think. Is Bigfoot running around out there? Is an alien disguised as Bigfoot? We would love to hear what you think. And Michael, on some of our coming shows, and I want our listeners out there to think about this. I'm going to give a link to them so they can, one at a time, come on the show, and we'll do 5-minute bursts where they can tell their story, whether it be ghosts, demons, whatever the case may be. Okay? Whatever's covered by smoke, that's everything. So that's coming on one of our shows that we're going to bring the public in and give them their shot on our show to tell their story. If you don't want to be on the show, you want to be anonymous, they'll
enjoy that.
Yeah, I'll give you our email. You can send us your stories through email, and we'll read them on air, and so that'll be pretty cool. And I want to hear from the public. I want to hear from our listeners. What do you think? Tell me what you think, because that's important. Because Michael and I are going to talk about it. And we, there's nobody's going to pick on you, going to say anything negative or anything like that. I don't allow that. So we want you guys to come on and have a good time, tell your story, um, just have a good time. Talk about the alien, that big old guy with the big eyes up there. Um, and I do know Michael said he got knocked out. TKO, Michael. Well, come on back in, sir. Um, so I'm gonna put this out there. So, who has a story? And I'm gonna give you our email. Who has a story that they would like for me to read, or you come on and tell your story to the public? It doesn't matter what it is. I want you guys to just jump in there and be a part of this, an active part of this show. So, and Michael, you can come back in while he's working on that. So again, smoke is, and y'all, I can't use one hand. Smoke is going to cover some things that some people are going to say that it's government stuff. Gonna, we're going to go back, and so I think this show is going to turn out really well for people that like conspiracies, even ghost conspiracies. And there are some, trust me. And it's just going to be an amazing time. And I've been thinking about this show for a long time. And I know we're kind of getting off a little bit rocky start with some of the technical issues, but it's I think this show is really we're gonna change some things and be a little bit different. And it's I don't want anybody to think that this is you got to have a technical story or anything like that. If you've got questions for us and want to come on and ask us the questions, we'll give you the link. You can come on, ask the question, and we'll do our level best to answer it as truthful as possible. And if we can't answer it, I bet I know some people that can. Now, I don't know if anybody knows, but Michael and I are part of a paranormal team, this W.E.B.B paranormal group. It's a team that myself, my wife, and our other founder, Shawana Coleman, me, Teresa, and Shawana, we created it. And I can't leave out my brother Chris. He was part of that too way back when. And we've all had experiences and dealing with the paranormal for a whole bunch of years. I'm 20 plus. I started out in a really dark side of things, and that's why I wanted to get into the paranormal so I can help people. Maybe something that I went through and experienced that I can help somebody else with to understand why these things are happening. And it has led to some things, and we've gone down as a team, we've gone down some dark paths, and trust me, we have made some big boo-boos as a team. I myself, as an investigator individually, have made some big boo-boos. Things that I will never do again. We try to be as respectful to spirits, people, as we possibly can. Our clients, we do things as best we can. What we think that would help the client, we always include the client when we do things. We ask them. You can't do anything without permission. And so that's kind of how we got into some of this stuff. My wife and I had a show years ago called Wiregrass Haunts. And the reason we named it that, we live in the Wiregrass area. and my wife and I have, and it was an audio only show at that point. We have covered a lot of topics. We've interviewed a lot of people, and oh, Michael's coming back in. Michael. All right. So Michael's back out. So you got knocked out, huh?
I think we lost the internet or something.
Oh, okay. But
everything just quit.
Yeah. Oh. Well, what I was telling everybody was kind of how I got into some of this stuff and about our paranormal team, that you and I are on the same paranormal team. And, you know, that's some of the drive that I use in order to, I wanted to do this podcast and, you know, be in this field because you can help people. I like helping people. Maybe I can explain something through things that I've gone through. And and that's some of the stuff that we're going to cover under smoke. And, you know, sometimes we may get into a deep, dark, serious subject. And, you know, of course, if it's a subject that people don't or might not approve of or something like that, then of course we have a disclaimer, and we will also give a warning. You know, it's all on the spiritual realm. So any of that negative stuff like that we talk about, you know, we don't want anybody interacting negatively and, you know, get any type of attachments or anything, I guess you would say. So don't you think, Michael, you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I don't want kind that. Of
well, so tell me, Michael,
we don't need nobody.
So why did you want to get in the paranormal?
I've seen some things when I was growing up, and I've had some weird experiences, and it just seemed like the older I got, the weirder the experiences were. And when my sister got hooked up with you guys, I went for a tag along, and I'm still tagging along.
Right. Yeah. That was. I
enjoy it every day.
Yep. I have to say, Michael, you jumped in with all fours, and you have become a lead investigator for our team. You kind of help us run things, and you know, we couldn't do it without you. That's for sure. And yeah, you've come a long way, and you know, I hope you've learned some things. You know, this is a learning experience.
I've learned quite a bit.
Just one thing about this, there's no experts.
I try to learn every time.
Yeah. You know, I try to tell everybody there's no experts in this field. You can be professional, but as far as being an expert, no. This field is so wide, and you know, you learn stuff every day. You experience different stuff. Like when we go to Poly Jail, and I reference Poly Jail quite a bit. We get something different every time we go.
Place.
Yeah, some sort of different name. You know, and of course, Teresa, the head of our research team, she has found. I mean, she's had hundreds and hundreds of hours researching Poly Jail. And, you know, she used to come to me and say, look at this picture. And this is some of the family members of some of the characters that was at Poly Jail, Aberdeen Johnson, J.W. Mann, and things of that nature. We've been there when we had J.W. Mann's grandson, and people wanting to find answers. And so when you can touch a place like that and go in there and talk to the spirits, and I think they kind of got used to us. I really do. um, Blaine Brohan went investigated with us, and he and I were sitting outside the door at Pauley Jail, and I was playing some binaural beats on the inside just to kind of entice the spirits, give it some energy, that type of thing. And we plainly heard a male voice of, "What are you guys doing?" And we were sitting outside, and it came out of the jail, and there was nobody else there but Blaine and I. Everybody else had gone to the store. And so when you get something like that going on, you get shivers down your spine, like, what was that? And some people would turn and go in the other direction. What
Right.
do me and Blaine do? We go inside. Who's in here? That type of thing. So
That's
when
right.
when you can touch that, you've reached into something.
Yeah, we don't claim to be ghost hunters. We're paranormal investigators.
Yep, the ghosts already been hunted. They're there, and
We know they're there.
Right. When people call us, are y'all? We need some ghost hunters. Well, you got the wrong ones, because we're not hunting them. If you got some experiences going on, then we'll come and investigate them, and try to help you understand what's going on. But to go to a place that, no, we really don't want to hunt ghosts, because you go to hunting things, and you might find some things you don't want to find. So, and that's some of the stuff we're going to cover on Smoke also. Some of those negative cases, and I have people all the time sending me stuff. Hey, what do you think
I'm
about
lagging
this?
again.
This is like super negative, and this is a demon and stuff like that. I've seen and had experiences myself on certain things, and maybe down the road we'll jump into that as well. But that's pretty negative stuff. So don't want to experience a demon, and you don't want to invite things like that in. But but we're going to cover those conspiracy parts of the paranormal also. You still with me, Michael? Yeah?
I'm going in and out for some reason.
I don't know, man. It seems kind of like an internet issue. Y'all having any problems over there weather-wise? I know it's raining here, but any type of weather issues?
I'm going to try to hook up to a different computer.
Okay.
Give me about
Well,
5 minutes, if that.
All right. Go do your stuff, my friend. All right, y'all. Michael's going to go.
We got another laptop down here. We're going to try to hook up to that one. Be right back. Sorry for the delay, everybody.
All right. So while Michael's doing that, let's talk a little bit about ghosts. How about that? We'll talk about ghosts. Richard, hello, my friend. Old guys, yeah, absolutely, old guys. Hey, man, you didn't. Oh, God, hit that wrong button again. Richard, you didn't bring me a ticket to something. What's up? Hey, guys, the chicken and dumplings look really good, Richard. So bring some to the con when you come. That'd be great. So, all right, guys. Richard Johnson. He is a paranormal investigator. Um, he is he's one of the best that I've seen. I think he's just wide open with oops, right? He's just wide open with information. He comes to our Paracon every year. He's one of our guests, and um, if anybody likes ghosts and paranormal and chicken and dumplings, go follow Richard. Go like their page, EVP, and see if he'll bring you some chicken and dumplings, because he ain't brought me any. But that's okay. He's gonna bring me some to the con. So, all right. So you guys that's watching, um, first off, do you believe in the paranormal? Do you believe in spirits? Some people that I've run into just simply didn't believe in the spirits. They had strange things that went on. They didn't quite understand what was going on. They did. People got them to reach out. Ethereal Voices Paranormal, EVP. That's right. That's Richard. Richard and Colleen. They're great people. Y'all go follow their page. Hit them up. Friends request. Richard makes some cool paranormal equipment. So if you're thinking about getting into the field, or if you're in the field, go talk to Richard. He can hook you up. But people have reached out to us and have sent me messages, and they started the conversation like, okay, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't, this, but why do you think this happened? Okay, well, not everything is paranormal. Not everything is ghosts. There's so many factors that goes into these things. Like when we go to an investigation, we're checking, if somebody's door is closing, we're checking those hinges. We're checking to see if it's level, if the house is level, if the house is settling, whatever, it's just some of those things that we cover. And, so if you hear a noise, that doesn't mean that you have a ghost in your house. There's a whole lot of factors that goes in with that would actually, that I would go by before I would contact anybody. Some of those things can be negative, and some people create their own hauntings sometimes. So that's also some of the things that we run into as, hey, Colleen. That's some of the other things that we run into as paranormal investigators. How we have to figure out things. Experiments that we go about and things like that. So sometimes people do create their own hauntings, if you will. And they're not really hauntings. They create their own issues. But we go and we listen to them. We do not bash these people in any way, because they have a reason for contacting us and contacting other paranormal groups and that type of thing. So, but we try to weed through. Oh, I know Richard. Richard has ghosts in his house. He's been on a podcast of ours, and yeah, they have ghosts in their house. And what he says in the chat is, I have ghosts in my house, probably followed me home. Yep, they probably did, Richard. Y'all, if I hit this button again, I'm gonna disappear. I'll try not to, but I'm not real fond of my brand new mouse, but I'll put that up there. And so, with that being said, don't underestimate things, though. If you're having things that you don't understand, by all means, seek out help. don't let those type of things, get carried away, get too far. So, and that's something that I tell people, don't let it go too far before you do reach out. Um, Most paranormal teams that I know of are not going to make fun of you. They're just not, because they're any ones that's reputable, that's been in this field a long time. They're not going to do that. So by all means, hi Teresa, my beautiful wife is in the chat. Um, so and she is our researcher for Web Paranormal. That young lady can find the dirt on any ghost. So, we're blessed to have her part of the team as well. And she's going to be on this show some too. She doesn't know it yet, but she's going to be on some of this because she's key to some of these shows. And so it's going to be, Smoke is going to be a great show. And starting with next week's show, that one, I think everybody, when I release the information, I think everybody's going to go, whoop, I'm going to go watch that one. And and if you guys have a topic that you want us to discuss, please get with us. Send us a message on Facebook, Stan Fikes, Web Paranormal. You can go to our Web Paranormal page, Facebook page, our website, webparanormalgroup.com. And you can send us a message and we will get to it. We will get it on the show. And, if it's something that's really, really, really enthused me or something, my wife says, I will think of some topics after I do some research. I bet she will. Yeah, she's good at that. But so with that said, I want hey Laura, I want people to reach out to us and give us an idea what you want us to talk about, because smoke, it covers everything. And conspiracy, murder, all sorts. And Teresa's got a topic that we're going to cover in depth. Probably take a couple of shows. She actually wrote some stuff about this topic, and my wife has a bunch of books out there. Just look her up on Amazon, Teresa Fikes. She has a bunch of books, and so that topic is it's a little bit scary. It really is, especially to people that that kind of have a problem with children, being abducted and things like that. So, but we're going to cover that. We really are, and that's some of the roads that we're going to go down that we probably shouldn't, but we're going to go down it anyway. Some of this stuff needs to be brought to light, and Teresa says nope. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna kind of go down some of these dark rabbit holes, if you will. And yes, you do hear chicks. There's, my studio is kind of doubling for me hatching some chicks out. I got some ducks and some chicks and a little brooder right next to me over here. So yeah, you probably do hear them. They're mostly asleep, I think, but they talk in their sleep or snore or something. So, but anyway, so you guys can tune in, and when you see some of these topics and some of these guests, thank you, Richard. You're gonna want to come back and tune in, because it's awesome. It really is. And some of these topics kind of bothers me, And you know, I like to think that you know, I don't get scared and stuff like that. Well, you know, scared, maybe not so much scared, but I've been in situations where it unnerved me incredibly, like at Pauley Jail. Um, when we first did that, way back, um, 10 or 12 years ago, the first time we done Pauley Jail. Um, Teresa and I were the only one there at the time, waiting for some of the other team. I was upstairs hooking up a camera and got my hair yanked. At that point, I had to go outside for a minute. Yeah, okay, you know, and you know, I wasn't scared to go back in. But I tell you what, over the years of doing this, I've learned to respect the spirits because they can they can make themselves known. And you know, there's so many paranormal investigators out there that have learned that the hard way. And so we, you know, us Web Paranormal Group, we try to give the spirits as much respect as possible. And so especially when we're in a historic place, because you have other people that's going to be visiting there. You go in there and raise up something, or you know, tick something off, and then somebody comes in behind you. Yeah, you know, that's not a good thing. Same way with a residential case. Um, you know, if you go in there and you kind of call out the spirits and things like that, if there is something there, you're going to leave, and you're going to leave that family dealing with that ticked off spirit. You don't want to do that. That's a bad thing. So we have to be careful when we're investigating. Very respectful. So I've been doing a lot of reading here of late on certain topics and certain events and things like that. So in some of those things we're going to bring to light true crime. And you know, there's some heinous crimes that goes on. There's some sick individuals that creates that crime. And we're going to kind of bring out some of that, you know, out to the public. And some you've heard of, some you probably haven't. And but we're going to talk about it. That's just because that's what we do. We talk about it. And you know, if I can find some guests that are associated with that knows about that, then I'm gonna bring them on, and we're gonna talk to them. And so that's kind of you know, it's kind of smoke. And there's going to be a lot of surprises. We're going to be doing some on location things. On location. We'll be bringing some paranormal investigations to Smoke. We have some that's planned. And there's going to be some surprises. So you know, put this show on your speed scroll or whatever it is, and just kind of watch for us on Facebook. Go like our page, Smoke Podcast, and we're going to be putting up some videos on TikTok. Michael's real good at the TikTok stuff. I'm learning. Okay, I'm not the best at it. I am pretty good at creating videos and getting information together, things like that. So that's some of the things that you guys can watch for. And we're going to be putting updates out on Facebook. And then probably, what is today, is Wednesday, probably Friday, Saturday maybe, we'll go ahead and get our next week's show set up and advertised, and everybody will be able to see the guests and know what we're going to talk about. And it's kind of an old topic, but we're gonna get in the basement and I think that's going to be pretty cool, and it's a topic that I've been wondering about for years, and I've seen things on TV about it and stuff, and I'm kind of wondering how true some of those things are. So I found somebody that knows, and so we're gonna bring that person on and kind of what does the man say? So let me enlighten you. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna enlighten all of us, and but we have um, of course Michael. He's working on some of his stuff, you know, so he can get back up and running with this. And I get it. I had a laptop and it crashed. And that's what I used to use, so I had to go and buy another computer. They're not cheap, and at least when you buy one, get get a good one. And I think Teresa and I got us a pretty good computer and stuff, so we can put this podcast out. And on the Web Radio Network, we have other podcasts as well. We have Spooky Things with Debbie, and that airs every Tuesday at 7 Central. At 9, we have Explaining the Unexplainable with Bishop Joshua Sparks and Mercedes Lecky Benedict. That is a fantastic show. Also, go get in with that show. You can watch some of it on the Web Radio Network's Facebook page. We have a new show that's coming. It's going to be airing on Thursday, and in fact, next Thursday is going to be its first show. And I have to go over and make sure I get this name right, or else they'll kill me. So y'all bear with me just a second. And because here of late, my memory is not the best in the world, so I have to jot things down. All right. So the name of this show is Pop Cultural Chaos. Pop Culture Chaos with Ben and Sour Patch. Ben Bracken. He's also on our paranormal team. Ben's a great guy, and Danny, which is Sour Patch, she's fantastic as well. They're going to bring you pop culture stuff to you. They're going to talk about movies. They're going to talk about all kinds of things. So Ben and Sour Patch are Ghostbusters. They have the Dothan Ashford division. So they're fantastic people. So go like their page. Go tell Ben I sent you over there to ask him some questions. And Ben will. They have a great Fighting with Vinyl page. Go like it. That's they do vinyl work and shirts and mugs and all kinds of things. Go show them some love. And so we also on Monday, every other Mondays, we have Everything Under the Moon. That's a great show as well, and that's with Becky McKitty Guidison and Kira. They're out in Arizona and Tucson area. They do the paranormal as well, but they cover all kinds of topics as well, and that's why it's called Everything Under the Moon. So you guys go show them some love. Like their page. Go over and tell them I sent you. So it's a great thing, and we have some other shows. We're gonna be having some Tales of the Ghastly is coming. That's gonna be different. I think everybody's gonna like that as well. We have some surprises on the network that's coming, and so Smoke isn't the only one that's going to be, but Smoke is we're going to put it out there. We also have the darker side of the moon with Michael and Destiny Fox. Um, that airs every other Monday, the opposite Monday of everything under the moon. Um, so, guys, go show them some love. Tell them I sent you. So, all this on the network is great, and you just go hit that like button on the Web Radio Network. Go like our YouTube. Go follow us on Instagram. All those on TikTok. All that stuff. And Teresa Pikes. She does some stuff too. Go search her out. And I want everybody to come back to the smoke, because we really, really do have some exciting things, and we want to share that with you guys. And exciting, some things dark. Don't forget that. And we have some friends on other networks also, and you guys go look up Gwen Johns and Lee Triana, Terry Brown. They're dear friends of ours, so I've got to mention them as well. And Blaine Rohan, my brother, he go check him out. And they're all gonna come to the Deep South Paracomicon, and that is actually. Wait a minute, here comes Michael. He's back in the house. Michael, what's up? Can you hear us? Is it? No, we can't hear you, sir. No, can't hear you. No. Silence. Silence of the Lamb. But yeah, it's Deep South Paracomicon is coming. It's coming to the Enterprise Civic Center. It's going to be August 8th and 9th. There we go. August 8th and 9th at the Enterprise Civic Center. We have a whole bunch of guests. Now, some I'm not going to mention here tonight, but we do have James Stokes. We have Lee Triana, Terry Brown, Matt Brown, Gwen Johns, Blaine Rowan's going to be there. Michael and Destiny Fox from Fox Paranormal. Also, Richard and Colleen Johnson, EVP Paranormal, is going to be there. We have some other people coming, and as soon as we get all that taken care of, we're going to start releasing those names. Keith Age, the rock and roll ghost hunter. You guys need to come see this cat. He is just something. And Michael, shake your head if Keith's good, right? Yeah. Yeah. Learn how to do sign language. Hold up cue cards. But yeah, it's going to be a great event. And you guys go check out Spooky Things next Tuesday. It's going to be an interesting show there. Interesting topic. That's Spooky Things with Debbie. I think you'll like that show as well. I'm not sure, Michael. Well, you can't really say. You hold up a cue card. If I missed anything, man, go check out Deep South Paracomicon's Facebook page. Oh, there is one thing I need to mention. And you'll hear more about this coming. It's in November. called the Medieval Fae Fest. I don't want to miss that. And that's going to be all right. Sorry, hit the wrong button again. I got to get me a new mouse. But anyway, the Medieval Fae Fest is in Marianna, Florida, and that's last year's dates. It's going to be three. It's going to be 3 days this year. Oh, Michael, I almost heard you. Michael, are you there? All right. So Medieval Fae Fest, and I apologize, I don't remember the dates. Maybe my wife put it in the comments. Hey Blaine, what's up, brother? And so Teresa, can you put the dates for the Medieval Fae Fest in here? Hey Dawn. Michael, did you get your sound back? No? No? No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, Michael.
Can you hear him now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear me too. I can hear me.
He can hear me, but I can't hear him now.
Okay. Well, this is a little bit of a technical issue, but we're gonna have it. We're gonna have it fully taken care of by next week. Hi, Mercedes. Hi, Mercedes. So
you gonna put that one in there? Yeah, because I can't hear.
This back. Can you hear me?
all right, Michael, can you hear me now? Richard says that. All right, so while he's working on his audio, you know, it's one of those things that we wanted to bring to podcasting, and you know, it's going to be a little bit more structured next week, and this is our first show. We kind of wanted to let everybody know what we're doing to a point. You know, we got some surprises coming. I'm telling you, we do, and you know, so and some surprise guests. And we want you guys to come and enjoy these people, these people that's been in this field, whether it be UFOs, paranormal, Bigfoot, and you. Maybe we can get to the bottom of this, whether Bigfoot's an alien or not. You know, we're gonna have people that are gonna be covering interdimensional travel, time travel. I do apologize to everybody. Yes, people are hearing my baby chicks. I mean, they must be snoring because they look like they're asleep. But the big thing, there's some baby chicks in there. There's ducks. There's ducks. Absolutely ducks. Yeah, and I got a little music playing in the back. Okay, Blaine. Well, we're definitely going to do that for sure. Can you hear me, Michael? Hey, y'all hold on a second. I'll be right back. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. It's not a demon chicken or a zombie chicken. This is a Moran. So, hold on, I got one more to show you. Now you probably really hear. Check this one out. What, bud? What? So, but this is not always going to be on the show. So, all right. Yeah, I'll put you back there. So anyway, that's why everybody hears chicks. Because, keeping them out the weather. Yeah, they're adorable. Absolutely. And we love chickens and ducks. We have chickens, ducks, quail, just all sorts of things. We have 3 roosters at Teresa. You hear me, Michael? Oh, almost. Hi, Destiny. We sweet little babies, yes. So, but anyway, it's you guys. Y'all need to send me some topics. I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, and I know Michael will too. And we, like I said, this coming next week's show. Next week's show is going to be awesome, and like I said, you'll see the advertisement coming soon. I don't want to give it away right now. And Michael, I can hear me, but I can't hear you. Thank you, Mercedes. Yeah. So I have a list of guests, and some of them I'm still contacting, and we're going to be bringing on some people. Some you recognize, some you don't, and but these people got a lot to say, and so Michael, and we're an hour and 18 minutes into the show. Can you hear me? Unmute your mic, man. Hit unmute. There we go. Uh-oh, didn't help. Sorry, guys. No, can't hear Mike either. You will next week if I have to drive to his house and help him out. Yep. But so I know you're trying, brother. I know. Sometimes things happen, and I honestly didn't think I was going to have my computer set up and stuff, but my son called me, and it was one thing that I had a problem with. He helped me through, so and it was physically putting the monitor. So but all right, so Michael, you can hear me? All right. So, well, guys, we're going to kind of call it quits, and I want everybody to come back next week. Give us a chance to get this technical stuff taken care of, and next week we're going to get in the basement, and you'll see what I mean whenever I post who's coming and what we're doing, and so. I think this is going to be awesome, and I want you guys to come be a part of this. So, again, all right. Do you have anything? All right, there we go. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Sometimes we're babbling, sometimes we're getting it done, but anyway. We will see you guys next Wednesday. Same smoke time. So just remember, everybody come into smoke. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.